Before the world knew its name as a synonym for disaster, Fukushima was known as the Kingdom of Fruits. It was a place where time moved slower than in Tokyo, a land of snow-capped mountains, peach orchards, and rugged coastlines where fishermen had cast their nets for generations. But hidden behind this pastoral beauty, on the coast of Akuma and Futaba, hung the giant, the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. For 40 years, it was a silent neighbor, a provider of jobs and energy, the symbol of Japan's post-war miracle. The locals lived in the shadow of the reactors, trusting in the safety myth, the absolute belief that technology could tame the atom. They did not know that their paradise was built on the thin line of fate. March 11, 2011, a Friday afternoon, the cool air hinted that winter was not yet ready to leave. At 2:46 p.m., the Earth screamed. A magnitude 9.0 earthquake, the strongest in Japan's recorded history, shifted the entire main island by 2.4 meters. For Fukushima Daiichi, the earthquake was just to knock on the door. The execution arrived 50 minutes later. A tsunami, and heavy with sediment, rose 15 meters high. It crashed off of the seawalls designed to withstand the eye. It wasn't water, it was a wall of violence. It flooded the basement, killed the backup diesel generators, and submerged the plant in darkness. This was the station blackout. The cooling system stopped. The beast inside the reactors began to wake up. Over the next 3 days, as hydrogen explosions blew the roofs of the reactor buildings, a silent terror began to drift over the towns of Nami and Itate. It wasn't smoke. It was radioactive cesium and iodine. It fell like invisible snow. It had no smell. It had no sound. It had no taste. Children played outside in the dust. Farmers checked their crops. They were being baited in radiation without knowing it. The government's evacuation orders came in waves, first 3 kilometers, then 10, then 20. But the wind didn't follow circles on a map. It carried the poison northwest, directly into areas where people were told they were safe. The exclusion zone was born, not with a bang, but with a barricade. Just take what you need for 2 days. That was the instruction. 160,000 people left their homes thinking they would be back by Sunday. They left laundry drying in the lines. They left pots of rice on the cookers. They left their family photos on the walls. And they left their homes. In the chaos of the nuclear evacuation, pets and livestock were not allowed on the buses. Those were chained to kennels to keep them safe until the orders adjourned. Cows were left in barns. The people of Fukushima didn't know they were saying goodbye forever. They drove away into the snow, becoming nuclear refugees, marked by a stigma that would follow them for years. They were clean, but the world looked at them as if they were contagious. Enter the exclusion zone today, and you step into a modern Pompeii. It is a world without humans, but full of their ghosts. In the supermarkets at Nami, products dated March 2011 still sit on the shelves, covered in dust and cobwebs. In the schools, backpacks hang on hooks, waiting for students who have grown up elsewhere. The silence here is heavy. It is a physical weight. The only sound is the Geiger counter. Click, click, click. The constant reminder of the invisible fire that still burns. Nature has reclaimed what was still. Without humans, wild boars had descended from the mountains, roaming the empty streets. They have mutated, breathing with domestic pigs left behind, creating a new species that knows no fear of radiation. Vines choke the vending machines. Trees grow through the floors of living rooms. It is beautiful, in a terrifying way. It is a glimpse of Earth without us. To reclaim the land, Japan undertook the most ambitious cleaning project in human history. An army of workers scraped the top 5 centimeters of soil off the face of Fukushima. They spud roofs, white dam roads, and cut down forests. But when with radiation, it cannot destroy, it can only move it. Today, the landscape of Fukushima is dotted with black pyramids, millions of plastic bags full of radioactive soil, stacked in temporary storage size. This is the Dark Marvelous, a monument to the price of atomic energy. The government says the radiation levels are safe now. They urge the young people to return, but trust has a half-life much longer than cesium. Amidst the exodus, there were those who refused to leave. Now Do Matsumura, The guardian of Fukushima's animals, stayed behind in the radioactive zone to feed the abandoned cattle, the chained dogs, and even the ostriches. He lived without electricity, surrounded by radiation, driven by a simple, stubborn compassion. And there are the elderly who return. They're in their 80s now. They say the radiation won't kill them before old age does. They return to clean the graves of their ancestors, to open the windows of their rotting homes. I want to die in my own bed, one says. For them, home is not just a coordinate on a map. It is the soil that holds their history. Years have passed. The roads have been reopened. The Jobin train line runs again, cutting through the fields where the black bags once lay. In spring, the cherry blossoms of Yanomori Park still bloom, creating a tunnel of breathtaking pink. But for a long time, no one was there to see them. Now, visitors are allowed, but only for a walk. Do not touch the moss. Do not eat the fruit. Do not stay too long. Fukushima is healing, but it is a scarred tissue recovery. It is a lesson written invisibly across the landscape. It reminds us that we are temporary tenants on this earth, and our errors can outlive us by thousands of years. The winter is over, but the cold remains.